Full of Biafra. These men that strike fear to the heart of the Fulani gentlemen. When they hear IPOB, they start having nightmares. I lead that very movement of the children of light. And have we not brought enlightenment to all the people? This very movement of heaven ordained must free the whole of Nigeria. Everybody must be free. On that light, the same way that the sun rises from the east, that light is coming from the east. That's all it is. I am the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television. God gave me a blessing not only to serve the wonderful people of Biafra, but also to serve the brave youths of Nigeria. There is a and everybody is safe until every corrupt politician is either in the grave, they also be hanged, or they are imprisoned. The difference between some of you and us is that we say something and we do it. You keep walking and wondering, so things are not good. Things are not good. Person that becomes I have always been like it. Why are you hating a brother? Because of color of skin, a religion, belief, or faith. People can learn to hate. They can be taught to love and slave mentality. Human rights activists, long walk to freedom. Just like Mandela, hatred and appetite, the struggle against racism, justice and equity. Don't forget your history. Restore Martin Luther King, who foretold the American dream. I should be unite to wake up and it one love and one voice. Xenophobia, fuck that. Our enemies, our leaders, these tyrants ain't giving up. Turn the politics off. Unite and take them out. Long live Bobby Wine, show where they are to you, show good to you, when you fast, and the Adams, freedom fighters, not the kind of will be Afra, which way? Africa. You don't like Bobby Wine, Afakulu. You don't like Shower Afakulu. Bukota Sunday, Afakulu. You don't like Nnamdi Kanu, Afakulu. 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 You remove. Afakulu. Afakulu. All I have TV Africa, South City and Trade Stadium, propaganda and politics, making money from Africa, recycling individuals, there's no peace in Uganda, no human rights, no justice, boycott the mama, take mama to Ghana, South Africa, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Senegal, shout out to OETV, Nigeria, and its music, it's a nation, multi-choice, what's up, big brother, pay my money. You don't like Bobby Wine, Afakulu. You don't like Shower Afakulu. Bukota Sunday, you don't like Nnamdi Kanu, Afakulu. 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 You remove. Afakulu. 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 You remove. These people who might be around the mighty public rising of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. So go back, go. Nigeria webo akachukumana tozo mekatasi na Nigeria webo akachukumana tozo ifene melu na banyanya miji yamelo mana tozo oh no udelu yamelo mana tozo look just like you and mana tozo if you the best me suicide and mana tozo Next section is now a block test. Very good propaganda. Next year, everybody want to be like Mandela, the king of flow, and the heart is full of evil. That king Pharaoh. One silver dance, the young man has a border. One and two, all got the will another summer clearing and wrecking label. Very common manipulation, nobody say something. We can tell this for fact that we can do something. That's what I know, but I wouldn't get that we are something. I make a taxi in Nigeria, we're poor. I got you man at all. So, we make a taxi in Nigeria, we're poor. I got you man at all. So, even a man who Nabanya Midi, Yamelo man at all. So, oh no, the low Yamelo man at all. So, look just like you and a man at all. So, if he never said, me suicide, and a man at all. So, man at all. So, all these our country, America, my moral love, Candy America. Yeah, man, you go to over Natawana, this woman, that man, not that I got Nigeria, we're poor. I got you man, that's also. I got Nigeria, we're poor. I got you man, that's also. Even if you do not wipe for Natawana, this woman, that man, not that I got Nigeria, we're poor. I got you man, that's also. Nigeria, we're poor. I got you man, that's also. Even if you do not wipe the man, that's also. Oh, no. The moon, Yamelo man, that's also. Look just like you and a man, that's also. If he never said, be suicide, and a man, that's also. our nation. No matter the good puppet, no occupation. I must tell you it's from the foundation. Man, I put the flames on our generation. Any nation is down for jubilation. Let me see you raise your hands and shout congratulations. I will peace, pass this that information. Well, Rigo, that's a Rigo, Fire Rigo, get a bag of people, and you will go, who are looking at one guy, you may have your own go, and you want to laptop and start to yes, him and a guy so like you go to run on a piano. Nigeria, we're poor, I got you man at all, so make a taxi in Nigeria, we're poor, I got you man at all, so even a man who now I am just like
us to enjoy it together. The song of freedom.
Oh, yeah, friend, the land of rising France Got Talent exclusive. Because all I know. From warrior, he goes on. Freedom fighter man, he goes he's our hero. He goes on with the rest of the paradise. Like a soldier, and you die like a soldier. You never betrayed our fatherland. Your legacy lives on. You are a gallant soldier, a rebel soldier, a noble soldier. My brother, you will live on. Because you will live on. To die because okay, this is where you die. I feel the pain from my innermost heart. You just have to say goodbye, my hero. You left us, but you leave us. All on our walk, until Kuala Biafra. Change, Allah Juroi. ESN Commander, Umunde Rayanye, you are in dancing, you want the land of ours. They choose to be and then I ain't waiting for you. They choose to be you. We remember. As infants knew the whole world. You should close my heart and the short never fighting. The sacrifices we made because the real job and the console will be avenged without apologies to any idiot wherever it is. And the work is ongoing to that effect, and we're not going to stop until the heads are complete. 2,000 of them. We need peace, choose freedom. We need peace, choose freedom.
as a nation living in peace and unity. Yeah. They are people with love and harmony. Oh, yeah. So greatness rise up to his purity. We the other people of different culture, a different heritage, bias and oppressive. Oh, I see. Rising we spread the matter. In due time, nobody gonna praise us. Rather you gonna praise us. With a flag, with a flag, with a flag, with a flag. Let the tears of our mothers, let the children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. Oh yeah, Biafra is our home. Release way back 1967. That pool and the blood couldn't cut them ignorant. God was pruning child, spinning pops in the ground. 2.5 years, over 3 million gone. Why? Cause we asked for our freedom, and we're coming back to our sovereign kingdom. This church then when we cried, the world said nothing. Sitting back in the crib, watching our suffering. Should I talk about the place, dropping shells like rain? God, the first is of our Hebrews blood. Baganazo would need way, was stronger than fear. But the juke is too strong, I fought them off on the chart. Thought the bloodshed started, then it came king. So 16 and the massacre, he started again. So bloody name, I couldn't cry tears. Blood dripping down my eyes, water in my veins. We died trying to fight the cross, and we're trying to break it. It's a freedom, but the world was against us. Wave your flag over Africa. Welcome people of Biafra. Wave your flag over all the world. See those people of Zion is here. We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. I see the rising sun from Africa. This is our victory. I see the ocean in Africa. Oh yeah. Shadow. Oh yeah. The king of kings with music again on this one. The boys Dave. That again we no be forget you way. Kick like we no be forget you way. Brother Wabi we no be forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. We see how we no be forget you way. Up to below, we no be forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. Me Raymond, we no be forget you way. Brother Chop though, we no be forget you way. Chamoni, we no say you don't go, we no go forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no go forget you way. Brother Scoopy, we no be forget you way. Grand Joji, we no be forget you way. As I be say you don't go, but I no go forget you way. We know say you don't go, we know we forget you way. But once you know, take a more way. Kababelo, take a more way. Baba Jire, till I want but till I want to you, but they in control. Baba Zaku, you're in control. Oh, yeah. Now what's so far by yourself? What you want so far by yourself? Yeah, Banguna lava kundi koviala. Yeah, Banguna matamana lava kundi koviala. Fonjebo sakubole. Sakule, wachiwa kumba sakule, oh sakule, erimute sakule, sakule, vimuso de bale, mama de bale, vima bie de bale, alabaku ndiko vyala, oh bi de bale, alabaku ndiko vyala. Busy Allah, we know we forget you, we know we forget you, we know we forget you. Kigola, we know we forget you, we know we forget you, we know we forget you. Brother Wabi, we forget you, we know we forget you, we know we forget you. Grandioji, we forget you, we know we forget you, we know we forget you. Lemon, we know we forget you, we know we forget you, we know we forget you. I have to below, we know we forget you, we know we forget you, we know we forget you. Brothers and sisters, Kimes of land, we know we forget you, we know we forget you, we know we forget you. People of Kimes of land, we know we forget you, we know we forget you, we know we forget you. He's the final judge. We know we forget you. All my brothers in the northwest and southwest, we know we forget you. Accept my condolence. We know we forget you, God. We know we forget you. We know we forget you. When he says yes, no man we know we forget you. We know we forget you. We know we forget you. Thank you, Jesus. We know we forget you. We know we forget you. We know we forget you. We know
Piama is still looking at you saying, but these are my children. But these are my children. Only if they can remember that they are called by my name and come back to me, I'll take them back to Biafra land. Everything is in the scriptures that I'm preaching to you this very day. It's a very special sermon, I tell you. I will not reject you completely as to destroy you or break my own word, because I'm God. I cannot break the blessing I have given to you. I can't break it because I'm God. But your afflictions will continue until you come to your senses. Very, very important you understand this on this very day. I brought you out of affliction into my own sight because I love you. You came all the way from the Holy Land via Ethiopia. You came to Biafra land where you were resting because I commanded you to come. You belong. I am the Lord. The decrees and the laws and the regulations that the Lord established on Mount Sinai must be obeyed. The 10 commandments: don't worship any idol. I'm telling you. If you don't worship, and Deuteronomy 30:1-4.
When all these blessings and curses I have set before you come upon you, he told you what to do as you're suffering now, and you take them to heart. Wherever the Lord your God disperses you among nations, in every country of the world, including Malaysia, anywhere you are, and you are turning on this very day. It's in the Bible. He said you will not do atonement, not only in Biafra land, everywhere in the world where I have scattered you. If you remember, and when you and your children return to the Almighty, which means 10 commandments, and obey him with all your heart and with all your soul. Can I lose any hope? Oh, now listen very carefully. Then the Lord your God will restore your fortunes and have compassion on you, and gather you again from all the nations where he scattered you. That is what Biafra means. I told black Americans you're coming back. You will come, all of you are coming back to Biafra land. That is why I said without Biafra, the black race is dead. This is the promise contained in the scriptures. I will restore your fortunes and have compassion upon you. I will bring you back home once again, because I am the Lord your God. But there is a big but in it. Return to the 10 commandments and honor me. If you have been banished to the most distant land under the heavens, from there, the Lord your God will gather you and bring you home. Even if you're in New Zealand, in Australia, it doesn't matter if you're in Papua New Guinea. It doesn't matter if you are in Argentina, in the Falklands, wherever you are. I will bring you back to Biafra land. And then the book of Ezekiel 16:17 says, although I have cast them far off among the Gentiles, because you are living amongst Gentiles. You know that? And although I have scattered them amongst the countries upon the face of the earth, I will gather them once again. I will provide them a sanctuary in the countries where they have gone to. I will try and preserve them. I will gather you from the nations and bring you back to where you started from the holy land of Biafra, with the coming of my kingdom, and they will return to it. And every ROC in Biafra land will be destroyed, as I told you before. When we preached before, I have never read this part of the scripture. You know, I used to say to you that we will use Biafra land to worship Chukwabem. Is that not what I said? It's also here. Chukwabema said so. You will use Biafra to worship me. Every ROC, every vile image will be destroyed and burnt. I will give them an undivided heart. No more let us meet together and move forward. Naturally, you will move forward then. Chukwabema said so. And put a new spirit in all of you. I will remove from you your heart of stone. And this one, you know, this thing his son is saying, oh, we are not Biafra, we want to Niger Delta. All that Niger Delta rubbish will be buried once and for all. It will no longer come to the surface. Then they will follow my laws and my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. They will be my people and I will be their God. So says the Lord of hosts. So there is promise in the book of Micah 2:12. I will surely gather all of you, O Biafra. I will surely bring together the remnant of Israel, that you may be whole, that you may be one again, because the sun has finally risen. Now, if you obey me fully and keep my commandment and my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession. Biafra will be great once again, and the people will be able to learn from her. Although the whole earth is mine, you will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. When I say that Biafra is the kingdom of heaven, I am right. So says God himself. Now you understand what we are preaching and what we are doing. Now you understand it very, very carefully. This is the word of the Most High, the Lord of hosts. We pray that through this very gospel, its rendition, its acceptance into the hearts of men and women all over the world, that Chukwukika Biama will hold you to your own word as sacrifice, that everything you have said, we are going to abide by, and your curses lifted upon your nation from this very day going forward. All this we ask in no other name apart from that of yours. When I call you Wachineke, you know what it means. You know what that means? Our lines will open and we shall take your calls. Unfortunately, I have misplaced the piece of paper here containing the new number. I left the 960 from the zoo or 0060 from anywhere else. 1121131739. The coordinator's line remains the same. If you call us, we will be able to take your call. And this is Radio Biafra. Our lines are opened up and everybody is at liberty to call. Some are calling us via WhatsApp. We shall endeavor to take their calls as well. If you have anything to say here, you're more than welcome to do so. Let us try and see if we have anybody on WhatsApp. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? No, not at all. They're not paying attention. They are not paying attention. Does anybody here have anything to say? You can say so. Or questions, anything regarding this very scheme. Today, Chukwabema has forgiven us. It's now up to us. He has.
Great dear friends. Director, I welcome you.
Thank you.
Your teaching is very, very good.
Raise your voice for me.
Yes, your teaching is very good.
Thank you. Press you for that.
Yes. So what you're saying is that if you call yourself a Biafran, that you need to keep the 10 Commandments. Director, that is my question.
Yes, you have to. And within that 10 Commandments, every problem that we are having is going to be solved. You know all that meeting about let's move ahead. When you love your neighbor as you love yourself, will you have problem? It's also in the even the problem that Ohanese is suffering from, all these Igbo groups all over the world, is also in 10 Commandments. If you love each other as you love your own self, you won't have any problem now. For you to be a Biafran, all you need is the 10 Commandments. So that is what Unokwanyam preached about today. Yeshua said, I came to fulfill, not to abolish the law. What is the law? What is the law? I came to fulfill it, not to abolish it. Under time abolish. Okay. Now going on. Let us see. Our people are coming to us. Let's see who is there, please. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good evening, Director from
I'm calling you from Iguacha.
From Iguacha, yes, go ahead, please.
My name is Adam. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. This is the local government.
Thank you. Go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead. And turn your radio on. We are listening. Go ahead.
Director, I'm very happy to speak with you today. I've been listening to your preaching, director, your best friend to Biafra.
Thank you.
And God himself will keep me alive for us, for you to be preaching the word of God to us, and to lead us to the promised land, to Biafra. I'm very happy to hear your voice. I'm very happy to hear your voice. I'm very happy to speak. This is the first time I'm calling you, and my number just mentioned, and I'm very happy to speak with you. But Almighty keep you alive for us and give you the strength.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Very much. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you. Does anybody here have something to say, please? You are free to say it.
Great reference. Director, you're highly welcome in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur.
I want to say, please cut the ringtone. I don't want to be hearing it. Well, please, everything on silent, please. Even vibration, put it on silent. No call waiting. Remove it completely and totally. I don't want any call waiting, no vibration, no ringing. When the phone rings, take everything off. Then you return the phone to me. Please go ahead.
Director, I have a question to ask concerning Yahweh Yeshua.
Please keep your voice down. We are live on air. Go ahead.
My name is Nnamdi from Owambara, Ozobo, Ekusigo local government. I have a question to ask concerning Yahweh Yeshua. I want to ask, how old does Yahweh Yeshua spend on earth before he died?
33 years of age. 33. Yes. He was buried, yes, according to the scriptures, in the land of his fathers, in Judea. Yes.
Israel.
In Israel, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Most people won't understand this question, but I do. Do you understand what he's asking? Do you understand what he's asking?
Yes.
Do you understand the meaning of his question? He died and he was. Thank you. Please, next person.
Great, dear friends. Director, I have one question to ask.
Yes.
My name is Ekenna Esomano Abonye from Ahazumbise in Imo State. You made mention of something regarding the Sabbath day on. If you go to that Exodus chapter 20, Yahweh Yeshua said we should remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy.
Yes.
Personally, myself, I was trained by a Reverend Father Priest, and he was the one that's a Mosino in Mbise, Mosino Donald Okoro, and he was the person that sent me to Malaysia, a very nice man, even though he's late now. This month is the second year since he died.
Yes.
So, you know, he trained me as a Catholic, but since I've been listening to your gospel on Radio Biafra, I started listening to you since 2013. Though there was a time when this thing was starting, I called you, we spoke at the length, more than 2 hours, or when we said mention something about Donatus' work or thereabout.
Yes.
Yes.
Unlock. Thank you. Thank you. It says here, before you go into, for this curse to be lifted, listen carefully. For this curse to be lifted, you must obey the commandments and the statutes of the Most High. When did he ask you to worship him? When did he ask you to worship him? When is Sabbath, please? As simple as that. As simple as that, please. As simple as ABC. You start from now. You start from now. Very, very important. Please, the next person.
Director,
yes,
like I used to say, there was a time I once tried to call, but seems like the network wasn't going through. And I'm one of those that was rescued from ignorance, from stupidity. When I say ignorance and stupidity, if you are one of those who came out from school, do you understand where I'm heading to? But I would like to start from calling you this name. In Igbo Ade says, Ibweni apapoga for akona apibu eziokwu na aputagiraru. Igbo olimiri. Uja da to olimiri. Kama no one ka apu olimiri. Uja na atu. Iburu ododo. Ejiro we ni ozu. Iburu kwesi. Ada ali gelu. Oyeria gelu. Ogbachie.
Watching it.
So, oge izizi mụ abudoro gebe Radio Biafra. Okay. The first time I start listening to Radio Biafra, I'm telling you, I'm like someone who is suffering from epilepsy. But by listening the voice of God from the Radio Biafra, I was healed. Like I'm saying,
please, that's the breaking news actually from Owerri. The police in Owerri are going about looking at people's phone. If you have Radio Biafra in it, they will put you in cell. And as of now, there are over 50 people in cell in Owerri because they have Radio Biafra app on their smartphone. I hope the world is listening. We hope that the world is listening. I want this tweeted immediately to the whole world. Tell David Cameron of Britain and any other person that will call us names tomorrow, they must release our people in the just for having a mobile phone application. 50 people are in detention under Buhari. I want Twitter handles to be prepared immediately, and I want the world notified about what is going on in Imo State. Right now, the name of the police commissioner, I think, is Yoruba man. His name is Taiwo Onye Yoruba. In our own land, if you have Radio Biafra app, you will be arrested in Owerri. I hope they understand what they're doing. I hope they understand what they are doing. I hope the world is listening to what we are saying. Of course, Chukwu Abiyama said, you will cry unto them, but they will not come to save you. Only me can. That is why we need to get the 10 Commandments. And that is why we are asking them, if this Taiwo is your uncle, your brother, your husband, tell him to let our people go. Because it will happen eventually. Please go ahead.
So, like I'm saying, when I start listening to Radio Biafra, I can't say I just start. It was God sent angel. One of my neighbors called me and said, listen to this. I said, what will I listen? What for? He said, he just asked me to listen. And that will open my eye. Ever since then, believe you me, The voice I heard reminds me of intimidation, extorting, all kind of evil you could think of that the zoo attached to evil. When you said zoo, Nigeria is like a virus that been weighing me down ever since I've been existing in that zoo. I was born and raised in the north. But what pains me, sometimes when I'm listening to your voice, tears runs down my cheeks because of the humiliation, the hatred, the Northerners and the Yorubas. In fact, I don't know Yoruba much, but the hatred the Hausas have for the Igbo-speaking language or the Biafran-speaking language is unfathomable. And I would like to use this opportunity to say, permit me, director, to speak this language, Hausa language, to send message because I knew the world are listening to me. Kowane shege, Bahaushe, Bayarabe, da ya ce wai Biafra ba zai zo ya zauna ba, to sai Allah ya rugurgu da shi. Sai Allah ya daidaita su. Buhari kai kadan, Babangida kai kadan, Shehu Shagari kananan muguntanka kai kadan. Me ke sunanka? Kai ba Kano, Rimin Kano, duk ga sanan kun duka duk mun san ku. To wallahi tallahi, ƙarshen rantsuwan ku musulman banza, ku da kuka mai ku Allah ya ɗauke ku ya ɗaukaka ku. To wallahi sai mun nuna muku akwai Allah da ku karfin Allahnku. Allahnku da kuke bauta wa da ke Maka. Gunkin da kuke bauta wa da ke Maka. Don saboda shedancinku, don saboda abin da kuke bauta wa, shi yasa ba ku lokaci ba ku ɗauki ran mutane komai ba. Ba ku mai da mutum komai ba. Amma ina muku alkawari kun kare, duniyan ku ta kare, lokaci ne kaɗan, sai ƙarya kake yi, ko uban wa ya ɗaura ma gindi, ko uban wa ya ɗaura ma gindi, wallahi ba AK-47 ba, abin da ya ci uwar AK-47 kai karamin kwari ne. Duk kowane shegin da ke takama shi ya isa wani abu ne a arewa na Najeriya, kai kaɗan. Wallahi na rantse na sake, idan muka sa ku a gaba sai kun gwammaci kiɗi da karatu. Ƙarya BBC take muku, ƙaunan banza BBC take muku, ƙaunan banza kuke samu. Kuma ina gaya muku wallahi ƙaramin kwari ne ku ba ku san komai ba. AK-47 kwaran bindiga ɗaya zai kashe mutum ɗaya, amma za mu hada abin da zai tarwatsar da arewa take, ko ka sha ka iska za ka mutu ne. Kana ƙarin rike Ƙur'anin banza. To duk jinin mutanenmu da kuka zubar a arewa, wallahi sai mun rama su yi, sai mun rama ninkin ba ninkin. Kuna da sa'a cewar Biafra ya dogara da Allah ne, Allah da muke bauta mawa bai ce mu zubar da jini ba, amma inda Allah nan ya ce mu zubar da jini, to wallahi da mun nuna muku rashin imani ta ƙarshe. Ko naman ku sai ya kai, naman sa sai ya fi naman ku daraja. Dan neman uwa Kakan banza kakan wobi barayin banza barayin wobi. Babangida kai barawo ne. Buhari kai barawo ne. Shagari kai barawo ne. Yana zuwa kai Allah ya kona shi. Atiku Abubakar shege kai ma naka na zuwa. Duka muna kallon ku. Duk muna jiran ku. Akwai randa dubu zai cika. Wallahi inda ba din saboda ina so in ba mutanen nan wuri ba amma da sai mun faɗa ni karan kaina sai na tunkare ku daidai ku da na neme ku ta inda kuke kuna karyan arranci ne to mu ne arranci mu ne rashin imani in dai dan za ku ce wa za ku ci amanan mu ne. Director, thank you for the short time you gave to me. I was highly provoked, and to the Yorubas, yours is on the way. You will surely be decimated. Fraud, lying is your portion. Okay, to cut the long story short, my name. aka sorry, I heard from Enugu, Amofiagu, Afa is in Enugu. If you said you are man enough, locate me. God bless you. Director, may God bless your way, and God bless who are attached with you to bring this land of Biafra to reality. Barrister Imam Mensu, wherever you are, the Almighty, will bless you and bless those who grease director, who greases his legs to go wherever he wants in all over the world, which I'm for as well. And those I couldn't remember, and those I didn't remember. May God bless each and every one of you.
I'm sure. I am very, very sure that that even the I am very, very sure that even the Awasa Fulani people will be trembling at that. They must now understand how serious we are. But I want to tell you how far we have gone. There is a piece of article circulating on Facebook titled, written by one Metric. He doesn't answer his name, proper name, called Metric Edu, History of the Delta Tribes of Urobo, which is Isobo, Ishekiri, and Isoko, and the Ijo, as traced to the old Bini Empire. I will demolish this very article line by line. Today is our day of atonement. Not today. But there is one thing I want to remind the writer of this very article to bear in mind. Where we come from, there is something we say, you know the meaning of it. You cannot cover the truth. You can try as much as you can. You can't cover it. After reading all this junk written by this Yoruba Awasa, do you know why they're writing it now? They want to divide Biafra. This type of article never emerged until we reminded them as to who they are. They want to confuse them, and they are bound to fail. There is one thing I want to remind these people of, claiming they are from Benin. Do you know about a ceremony these days where we come from called Ebankongwani, where they have Ashebi? Is that correct? Do you know these days we have His Royal Highness, even Her Royal Highness? Do you know that? If you're watching this junk they do called movie, is that the way we are as a people? Is that the way we are as a people? If we allow all these of course my father is one of them, all these everywhere to continue, you know, in the next 15 years, people will think that is the way of our ancestors. Is that not correct? What we have now, is that the way of our ancestors? He is writing that Urobo, Isobo, that's their name, Ishekiri, and the Soko people and the Jo are all traced to Benin Kingdom. They even claim that all the way coming to Onisha, that they have Benin ancestry, which is pure bunkum. We are a people that copy things. We copy. Don't we copy? Because we had no centralized monarchy. It's the same way some people today will look at Lagos or Abuja. It doesn't mean you don't have Enugu, you don't have Owerri, you don't have Iguacha. Our people copy a lot, reference point. That is why they wear bead like Benin people. What I have to say to these people in demolition of this nonsensical garbage is, in Benin, how many piece wrapper do the women tie traditionally? If you go to Isobo, which you call Urobo, you go to Ishekiri, you go to Izon, how many piece wrapper do they tie their women? If you come to Onitsha, how many piece wrapper? If you go to Calabar, how many? If you go to Iguacha, how many? If you go to Owerri, how many? If you go to Umuahia, how many? If you go to Kotepene, how many? If they are Benin people, how come they don't dress like Benin people? They are going to school. They pretend they know, they bamboozle. You know, they're writing about stream. One man crossed the stream and founded this colony. Where is your reference when you produce an academic work in a university? They will ask you, where is your reference? If you write something, you say where you got it from. But you know, in the zoo, there is no referencing. You know, when you finish, it's called bibliography. You go to the back and you put down where you got the references from. People are jumping up and down. They know that Biafra is coming. I was say Fulani and Yoruba don't want to stay by the side. After all, we have made it very clear to Benin, you can't come with us. You have a monarchy. We are all free people. We are one. We are one people. The stool of the Amainabo of Okrika is fake. The Obong of Calabar, these are white men institutions, not traditional to Biafra land. In case you don't know, they can write all the nonsense they like, but they are not going to prevail. That we can assure them. This is Radio Biafra. In the end, we always win. Let me remind them once again, in Benin Kingdom, the women don't tie two-piece wrapper with a blouse on top. No, they don't. Only us does that. And we do it for a reason. Because we are virtuous people. Our women are very, our women are very, very virtuous. That is who we are as a people. And this is Radio Biafra, for goodness sake. Who else has something to say? The whole world is listening. And very, very soon we shall be welcoming those of them joining us via shortwave. Those of them on shortwave will be joining us very, very shortly indeed. Does anybody else here have something to say?
Yes. My name remains Sri Lamechi from Usuka Enugu, Biafra land. Director, you are welcome and we love you. I always pray in my privacy that any death that could take you not to see Biafra should take me in the name of Yahweh. If I can give my life for God to grant us Biafra, I say it with all my heart every day in my private prayer. Let me go and let Biafra be free, because we have really suffered. Director, what are you making? In short, bear with him. No. My family is hearing, and they know when I mention my name. They know my heart. And most of the people that are into this struggle in this Malaysia, they know me. But I'm very, very sorry that I don't know anything how to produce any bomb to turn that food to ashes. One day, not even saying 2 days, because we have suffered, we have been subjected to suffering, been taken as an animals, but God will help us. Director, you are trying. It is not easy. Every day you sit down like this, 5 hours, 3 hours. Even when you were preaching, some people were sleeping. But God is with you. The hand of God is with you. And no man can tamper your life. You see? Don't be afraid. The Most High God is with you. Even when they come to you, they will be blind, they won't see you. You see? In the name of Yeshua. You see? So, Director, I want to tell you, please, you are the leader of this struggle. Anything that happens to you, honestly, some people will hang up themselves. And whatever you are planning, don't allow anybody to rush you to do anything prematurely. Because what we want is that shoe to be dead and for us to be liberated. Plan is solid. Very solid. Don't leak your secrets. Forget about whatever the whole world might be saying. Forget about pushing you to the wall. Stand on your ground and plan everything very well. That when we want to attack the shoe, it is once. Once we strike, the shoe will fall. Director, we are no longer afraid of any country. We are no longer afraid of Britain, US. We want to die. Yes. We want to die. So if you want to strike, strike the whole zoo, especially Abuja. Finish all. We want to die, Director. We love you so much. Either Biafra or death. Finish. Don't allow anybody to push you. Go to war, go to war, go to war when you are not prepared. Make sure everything you need, all the itineraries are complete. Of course. Buhari, we are going to see you. I don't think you can finish this tenor. I'm speaking from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Biafrans will visit you. Look at what they are doing. If you have a simple app in your smartphone, they get you arrested, trying to intimidate us. I'm telling you, Director, these people, they are affecting this struggle. Because I know we are all human beings. Some people are like women. When they hear arrest like this, they will go in. And it affects our struggle. So we need to do something fast to make sure that the zoo is tackled. If we want to die, let us die. If we want to remain, let us remain. But I know God is with us, and there will be Biafra. And the zoo will be forgotten and collapsed. In Jesus' mighty name.
They are here, and we are live and direct for those who don't know. And in the next 5 minutes, we're welcoming those of them joining us via shortwave. This is Radio Biafra. We have been on. We started since when? Around 4:30, about 11:30 here, isn't it? You won't believe it is to 2 a.m. in the morning, about 4 minutes to 2 a.m. here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We are live and, of course, very much direct. I believe that the head of the Directorate of State is with us, Mazi Nnamdi. Can you hear me? Omiomio, can you hear me? No, he can no longer hear me. He is not there and cannot hear me. Therefore, we must proceed. There are people calling us from Malaysia. Let's see if we can hear from them. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello.
The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my director.
You can hear me, but the voice is very, very low. I don't know how to adjust it. It's very, very low. I asked for it to be put down, but this is very, very low. I don't know why. It's very, very low. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir, director.
Can you hear me?
I'm calling for... I can hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
I'm calling for... Thank you, sir. I'm calling from Enugu.
From Enugu?
Director, I thought... Yes. I want to appreciate Chukwuabiama for you. My name is Eze Chukuma.
Thank you.
I have been following you for very long now, listening to all this gospel you're preaching to the whole world, to listen, to hear about Biafra. And my joy is that God revealed to you everything. And I can... Hello?
Listening, go ahead. We are listening to you. Go ahead, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to say that Chukwuabiama is with you. And there's no need to fear. And I know that finally, God will give us Biafra. Please, I want to inform you that anytime you are alive, they will hack Enugu. Just after our man spoke in Hausa, they hacked it.
Oh my God.
So now radio is not speaking. I'm listening to it satellite.
So the radio was on before.
They are not
after
having
the Hausa language, they jammed.
Yeah, radio was on. Radio was on. Yes. But after the man spoke in Hausa, they had this. Now it's not on. So please, I know that their effort will be food that they will not achieve anything because even them themselves know the truth. They know the truth. But because they will lose what they are gaining from us, that's why they are doing everything possible to stop us. But we are unstoppable. We are unstoppable.
Of course we are.
Thank you. God bless you. All of us, we celebrate Biafra.
In
Jesus'
name. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much. People are calling us. We must go to them. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No. Let us go to, I think, Mazi Nnamdi is with us now. Let's go to him. Can you hear me? Mazi Nnamdi, can you hear me?
Very well. Good evening.
And good morning from here, because it's gone morning now, hasn't it? And I must welcome those of them joining us via shortwave. This is Radio Biafra. If you're in Enugu, you can go to shortwave and listen to us. Umimi, please go ahead. We're listening.
Okay, Director, first of all, I must congratulate you and thank you for the wonderful job you are doing for the indigenous people of Biafra worldwide. And as well, thank our comrades there with you, the Malaysians, those you loved so passionately. I must thank them for the efforts they are putting towards this struggle. And may Chukwuabiama always be with them all.
He said,
Director, today is the day of our atonement. Anywhere you are now, you must be in a sober reflection. I repeat, you must be in a sober reflection. Today is the day you will ask God for forgiveness for all the sins you have been committing. And I want you to know there is difference between iniquity and the sin. If you have been committing atrocities, just know that this struggle is holy. You must atone today and atone tomorrow that you may never go back to such sins again. You must know, after our atonement last year, the hell was broke loose. And I don't want you to be one of those that will start singing like parrots after this our atonement. You must come out clean. You must atone with all your heart and beg God for forgiveness. As we proceed, Chukwu Abiyama will be with you. As for challenges, we will have challenges, and indeed we will come out victorious. No evil can overwhelm us. We are the children of God. Thank you, the people of Malaysia. Thank you, Biafrans, wherever we may be. All you must know, Biafrans, especially our principal officers, you must not do any meeting, any gathering until the day our atonement. And tomorrow, when you will gather wherever you may be for the closure of our atonement. And you must carry out the instructions strictly. The instruction being given to you yesterday. I believe all the problems, all the coordinators got it. You must act accordingly. It's not something we will announce on air. You must act accordingly and atone accordingly. We pray that after this atonement, our march will be towards restoration of Biafra, and I know not in distant time, Biafra will be in our hands. Director, today you have proven to the world that you are skillful. As a matter of fact, I have decided to give my life in totality to Chukwu Abiyama after listening to that wonderful admonition of yours. Director, in fact, you are gifted. Indeed, you have turned things around. Indeed, you made me believe that in this struggle, you are the right person to follow. And I urge you to continue in that path. You are the true man of God that we know. All these ones going with aircraft and all these things, they will come and tell you that all things are pass away. But the only thing that did not pass away, all things is Malachi. Malachi did not pass away. Every old thing passed away. Go to the book of Malachi. God loves a cheerful giver, but he did not pass away. Every other thing in Old Testament passed away, but Malachi did not pass away. You see, truth is the only thing that sustains forever. But lies keep on coming with lies. When you lie one, you will use 1,000 lies to cover one lie. I'm not going to take much of your time. Malaysia, as our director always said, I love Malaysia so much because that is the place Nloredi Moniye came from. That is the place Obido Anthony came from. Although sometimes Malaysians produce vagabonds, but today they said they repented, and I know in true heart they have repented. And Chukwu Abiyama will be with you all.
Thank you very much. He has given his life over to Chukwu Abiyama Chiwend. You understand that? Who owns life? Don't you know, name your children Chiwend and Chijendo? Then how can you give your life to somebody else? Chijioke. Chiwendum, I have given my life back to Chukwu Abiyama Wendo. The names you bear, the names you give your children, the names of your towns and your villages contains every clue that you need to know. I'm being told that even Asian people, they tie two-piece wrapper. They don't see themselves as Bini people, but they're in Edo State. The devil will come. You must remain very strong and resolute. You must remain determined. Never ever falter in the face of your enemies, because in the end we are going to have victory. That victory is Biafra. We must have it. I don't know. I think I have a caller on the line, on the coordinator's line. Can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? No. I don't know what happened there. They couldn't hear me. but our lines are still open. I will try and trace the line, please, to find out exactly what is happening to it. Let me see if there's anybody there. No, there isn't anybody here. If you have anything to say within this place, please, you are at liberty to say so. If you're joining us, especially for those of them joining us via shortwave, this is Radio Biafra, our special day of atonement. We have done our preaching. It is not a day of headlines, but a day of supplication, a day of submission to the will of the Most High. If you're wondering where to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, read from 15 to 68. That's where we got our scriptures from today. Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68, and then you round it up with the book of Amos. Amos chapter 3, verses 1 and 2, where the blessing came back and where the sun rose once again, because we are the children of light itself. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? You couldn't hear me before. Let us switch your lines and see if you can hear me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
My number one, good evening.
And good morning to you from here in Malaysia. Your name, please, and where you're calling from?
It is one area from Iguacha, one area on your meeting.
One area from Iguacha, your line is fading. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, my director.
No, they cannot hear me. They can't hear me. The zoo line is very, very bad. Does anybody here have something to say? And the number to call if you're listening is +60 or 00960 from the zoo. Anywhere else is 0069 1121131739. Call us on that very number, please. This is Radio Biafra, live and direct, of course, all the way from Malaysia, that I can once again call home. Home in the hearts and the minds of our people here, not home in Malaysia as a country. Some of you, not those of you who are here. Some fell behind, but some are still here. I know it's very early in the morning. For some of you, should be sleeping by this time. Shouldn't you be sleeping? Now is when they wake up. For some of them, now is the time that they wake up. We are live and direct, please. Chukwa Biama is the one presiding, not man. And this is Radio Biafra, our special atonement program. Our lines are opened up. If you call us, we will be able to take your call. Once again, the number to call is +60 1121131739. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Oh, good evening, Director.
The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, good evening, Director.
And good morning to you from Malaysia. Your name and where you are, please?
Okay, my name is Akachuku. I'm calling from Qatar.
You're calling from where? From Qatar?
Hello? I'm calling from Qatar.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you. When somebody says hello to me more than 2 times, I know they are not listening. If you call Radio Biafra, please, you begin to say what you have in mind, not hello, hello, hello. I cannot take it. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Director. How are you? Hello?
Very well, thank you. Please go ahead. What is your name?
My name is John Ibe, coming from Liverpool, UK.
From Liverpool in the United Kingdom. The world is listening. Please go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
Okay. From the sermon or gospel we just gave, I'm very much impressed. Or rather, there are a couple of things I do not understand that I would wish you to clarify. One is you mentioned about the issue of Osu. You said something that sounded like you hate Osu or something. So I would like to know Do you hate the people who are called Usu, or do you hate those who call them Usu, or the whole practice? The second question is, the New Testament, not of Jesus Christ, which you call our Israel. So my word there is, should we adopt the New Testament of change the name Jesus or Yeshua, or are there some other things that would need to be changed or left to be read in the book of the New Testament?
I can't hear you very well. I can't hear you very well, but I will attempt to try and see if I can make sense of the second one that you asked. From my preaching from day one, Osu practice, the act of calling somebody Osu is an abomination before the sight of Chukwukikabiam in heaven. Because Chinwendo, Chinenyendo, not you. You have no right to call somebody else who is born of a woman the same way that you are born Osu. That is what I'm saying. And after we came on air to confess that very sin, our lives changed. There will be no Osu in Biafra land. If you call somebody Osu, you will go to prison for nothing less than 20 years. In fact, your citizenship of Biafra will be stripped from you because you're a child of Chukwukabiam. Nobody is Osu. These are the evil that you have in your villages. In the same stupid as the more will go and get a woman pregnant. Ajoya, who pregnant? They will say is a more Nimabali. Nobody can get pregnant unless you sleep with a man. It's as simple as that. There will be no Usu in Biafra land. And all the nonsense they gave you in New Testament, Jesus Christ is Hail Zeus. Jesus means Hail Zeus. There is no J pronunciation in Hebrew. For your information, there is no Jerusalem. The name is Jerusalem. I don't know why people are so thick. They don't have brain to reason. No wonder Africa is poor. Black people do not reason. It goes through one ear, it comes out of the other. Because you're worshiping false gods. Chukwukabiam said it. Happen the Ochaka half an hour saying it's not for you. You people don't hear. Did I not read it here from the Bible? Did I not read it from the same Bible? You will follow foreign gods. I am not surprised that you are. You are cast off from the house of Biafra. You don't know who Chukwukabiam is. All the junk they feed you in the New Testament will lead you to destruction. That is why they come and take your oil and your gas. They disperse you all over the world. You are jumping from the 20th floors of buildings in Malaysia. You are dying where you are all over the world with humiliation. If they see you with an application on your phone, they arrest you and nobody's talking. They kill 6 million of you. Nobody complained, not one iota. Only 150,000 died. In Liberia and in Sierra Leone, and there is a tribunal to try them. People today, the most famous genocide in Africa is not Rwanda. How many people died? The people that died in my hometown is more than everybody that died in Rwanda. Nobody will talk about you. Everything happening to you is in the Bible. Leave the white people with their gods. Leave them alone. Their God is different from yours. A white man cannot worship something they cannot see. That is why they have the statue of Mary, the statue of Jesus on the cross. Nobody had a camera at the time that Yeshua was on earth. Nobody knows what he looked like. Nobody knows. You put up the picture of Cesare Borgia from Catalonia in Spain. People say we are worshiping Jesus. You are an idol worshiper. You're a child of darkness. That is why Biafra has never come, and it will never come. Every Sunday, Biafra will never come. I am not an idol worshiper and can never ever be. This is Radio Biafra. The truth irreducible. You saw the way they are lying, telling you, oh, he's so they are from Benin Kingdom. One simple statement. And it's as simple as that. You destroy the arguments of those who are not educated. The devil wants to come in. We cannot allow darkness to prevail over light. We represent light. We represent light itself. And this is Radio Biafra, I tell you. That is something you ought to know. That is something you ought to know. I believe even also that, let me try and see who is on WhatsApp if they can succeed. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. They cannot be able to hear me. Does anybody else here have something to say? If they do, then you get the microphone, please. Go ahead.
Freedom. Director, once again, welcome to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
Thank you.
And you don't have to disturb yourself when the Zoo government declare war against those that were listening to Radio Biafra, because it shows that the salvation has come.
That is true.
Yeah, when Yahweh Joshua was born, such declaration was made.
It's true, actually.
Good.
It's true.
So that means Biafra have do what? Come. They declare that everybody, especially the male babies, will be killed. And at the end, did the Yahweh Joshua was killed?
No.
So the same way they declare war against those that were listening to Radio Biafra, they are just wasting their time and energy because they are making Biafra more strong. Biafra. Then another thing I want to say, Director, is about the zoo, because when people misquote you that you call Nigeria, or yeah, don't even call, if you call them a zoo country, it's even a promotion. You even promote them. It's a slave country, because the name is Niger or Nigeria, which means slave. And that name, they have tried in many ways to bring us together, which they know that the country was built on top of lies. And the Yorubas, who always write a joke message or fake message news, like what they write that social people come from here, Benin, whatever, is their nature of life. Because if you watch when they want to make us to seem like we are the same by calling us Wazobia. When you come to verify that name very well, you will know that that name is totally what? Fake. Because in our language, anything Awarawa is fake. And that Awa comes from Awarawa. Biafras. Then the Zo is from Zoo. The Zo is from Zoo. So the name of Nigeria have started existed as a zoo right from birth. Not even Buhari is even the second person to call a Nigeria zoo. So the Nigeria themselves already called themselves a zoo long time ago. And at the end they put Bia, which comes from where? Biafra. Biafras. So that's why is Awarawa. Why why Zo is Zoo. They just remove one O to make it sound different, but the feminine is what? Zoo. The beer, and if you check the names, only beer is have a three meaning. Which we, as the children of Chukwabiama, believe in God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Because whatever you are doing without Spirit is dead. And the beer stands from God, while I stand from Son, then A stands from what? Spirit. For the Zoo is totally incomplete. Because it's only two words. Why is only 2 words? And at the same time, that beer is representing a lot of things. That we score the highest mark in school, in exam, but we cannot be able to get admission. Yes, beer is higher than Uzo, beer is higher than Uwa, but at the end, somebody that scored 3 will not get admission. Why somebody that scored 2 will get what? Admission. That is fake from the Zoo, Nigeria. So Biafra, what I'm telling you is that Biafra have come to stay, and there is no any challenge or fear, because what they are trying to do is just to mount the fear in us, so that everybody will just go back. But they are just pushing us to come forward more and more. So director, you are welcome. When our brother is singing a song, they said that Biafra director did Mbombo. In our language, when you want to sing, we say Biafra, director. If I call him Biafra, it's even more better. We said director, yes. When you want to praise God, we say God. Onye means the God that owns all universe. Means you are so good to me and you are so good to us. So you are highly welcome to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Do we have a caller on the phone? Do we have a caller on the phone? No, they're not paying attention. A caller on the phone, can you hear me? Can you do from where? Osun State. What is your name?
My name is Tochukwu Kicheni. I'm from Osun State.
Thank you very much, Tochukwu. Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. I thank you for your good work. For the good work with all the people I'm listening. And I want to use this opportunity to call our meeting next Sunday. Sunday. Osun State. Our meeting coming on Sunday by 5 p.m. Yes. The number we will call 080 35 68 92 01. I repeat 080 35 92 01 for our meeting on Sunday by 5 p.m. I thank you, Director. All the things that you do. Everybody went there for shooting. I appreciate everything. I thank you.
Thank you very much,
Director.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra. We have somebody else on the phone. Can you hear me?
Hello?
The caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Hello?
It sounds Yoruba to me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, my able director, my lord. Good morning, sir.
And good morning to you.
Yes, this is Obin Afarawa. You need your work on Facebook, precise. I thank God that the Biafra is alive. I'm dying over this. As I said, whether you don't have a real Igbo man again or a Biafra man that will raise Biafra from death again, I thank God Biafra is alive.
We thank you, President. I thank God
alive. You don't really get my mind. I don't think say much. Because if I don't, they want me, but Biafra is alive. The world is wicked. People carrying his hand for long. We are designed for long. Where is it going to come from? I thank God that the Savior is here. I will thank God that finally the Savior is here. Biafra is alive. I do evangelize our mission. I thank
Thank you very much. And we thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for everything, for making the impossible become possible, for the unification that is now happening all over the world, bringing together the children of light under one banner of truth, one banner of love, camaraderie, and brotherhood to ensure that Biafra comes in truth and in every honesty. Who else here has something to say?
Great Biafrans. Great Biafrans. My name is Ifechi Dele Somchi. I'm from Moji River, like I said. Director.
Yes, please.
I called you Ugochinyere. If you walk with Ugochinyere, because our imam is called you Hamadike, but I don't. That name is a People's Club name. That name is for 4 decade people in Onitsha. That name, I hope is listening. So what you are, you go Chinyero, Biafra, or Hamadike and People's Club. You keep that name aside. You won't do that 4 decade in Onitsha.
No.
So, Director, what I'm trying to say now is concern what is going on in our country now. Thank God that we are here a person to let you know, because I'll be calling to emphasize this, but I didn't get you. I want to let you know, every governor in Southeast, none of them is supporting of Biafra. I will give instances now because I know a little bit. None of them is support of Biafra. Anyone you see that is like he's supporting people, he doesn't know his faith in the court. I will give instances. When Adam Oshomole, maybe he's listening to me now, you will hear, because I know my voice is going everywhere. When Adam Oshomole was president of Labour, whenever Obasanjo increased fuel, she will call for strike. When they increase the VAT from 5% to 10%, they call strike. This is what people used to vote him. When he lost to Osumbo or something like that, everybody took to the street. Keep on fighting that they must store him. That is the person they vote. They help him. Immediately they won in the court. He started working. Even the Oba of Guinea said, if he can be able to even break my fence to tie the road, carry on. Even the Okada people wanted to pay for even for tax. He was asking, they say no. He just worked for 2 years. Once he finished from Labour, he enters a Labour man, just like Okocha, because I go to Okocha now. He enters a Labour party, the same name he used as a Labour president. He won. Immediately they declare him winner. He entered. After 2 years, he become monster. Before he finished that first turn on, after all good luck help him, he enter again. He turn against he become a snake. Now problem everywhere when they do state. You go to when you go to Anambra, you always talk about killing of Biafra. The killing of Biafra did not start from. It didn't start from what they call it from. I'm coming. Not from Obiola. It started from Mpatuju. From NATO. That is what the NATO, when they start fighting, will start declaring shoot aside from NATO. That's when he killed one woman and the husband, the Igwe. 2 of them are lawyers. When his wife is pregnant, he killed that woman at that very time. That was when he went to Oka to go and submitted. He went and pay money when teachers was about 1 year strike at home. The reverend said, take this money, go back home. Go and pay the teachers you are owing. He come to he want to pay, do from luncheon, and the only teacher they are at home for over 6 months because what happened? He was paying to Emeka for that he was godfather by then. Then after his son turned on, when he
enter, Igike was working. Refused to pay his godfather, which is SLA Gologa. SLA said that he must pay his own amount. He refused to pay because this money belongs to Anambra people. If you pay this money, you cannot be able to work. They plan to go and put him for selling. Because of the work he did for Anambra, that is why Anambra people, even tomorrow, they still want to vote him. But this so-called useless man that is here, okay, now, because of Ojukwu name, which is Apoga, Obi come out. You got the same name, like you know what he did in London, when you are in London. To protest for him, he won. He went to court to win no more than 2 times, even when the woman was doing, what's the name of the assistant? Etiaba refused to even take when they said she should take over, he said no, until he went for court again. When he came back, that time he entered first time, he claimed to be like say he's working. He want to do preach, try to do so tie some road in Anambra. All those things for just 4 years. Second year, he claimed to bring a computer. Are you giving somebody a computer where there is there's no light? He go bring a desktop and give to people inside village. No road to go where they keep computer. Who is fooling who? Before you know it, when he wanted to go the second time, he went and he went to the hospital in Oka, do some rehabilitation, put some salaries for the nurse so that they can be able to get the second distance. Before he enter now, he begin to pull up. Look at Obiano. Obiano was there because of you. Let me let you know. Nobody know Obiano. Obiano was just a former managing director of Fidelity Bank, which is where this guy man was the highest man there. Obi. Now, if he was in another party, not APC, because you know what that party was, you know what is what you start hammering on it earlier. If it was in any party, he will kill Anambra State. It's because he went to the wrong party. That's what make it to lose the party. Lost this governor ticket. This man came up now. That director, if this man doesn't know about the clean our people and August 30th, why haven't you spoke to it today? Because the commissioner cannot just give order to shoot without consulting the governor. Look at what the breaking news now you're hearing about Imo State. The commissioner of police, this man is aware of what's happening, which is governor of Imo State. Okora Hausa is aware of, okay, now they cannot be able to, now what they did, they cannot be able to find where Radio Biafra is. They are not going to people's house, they cannot be able to jam it now. They are not going to people's house. How can you go to somebody's house and take radio? BBC in London that outside remote study when they are doing security at Suya. How many times have we already told them, say, bring this radio? These people have become problem. And that's what I want to say, please. Don't support any governor like you're talking about Wike. Wike is just doing now because you don't know his straight in the court. If Wike now win the election now in the court now, become a proper this thing, you will see the past side of him. He just trying to tie roads now because you don't know his face. So people will be for him. These people are all the same. None of them are Biafran. They are nobody because they believe you are spoiling their 4 years for them. Now that they want to win their own tenure, is that when they want to be come and spoil it, looking for Biafra? None of them in support. Like the day they made a meeting, I'll give instances now. The day they made a meeting, you say, why did they include Wike? That meeting is not for favor of Biafra. That meeting for them to enter APC at the same time so that they can blame one person. That meeting is all about. They want to enter APC so that they won't blame Obiano alone. He want to go with the governor of Enugu and with the Bazo, so they will switch it because now PDP have no power more anymore. Good one have already scattered PDP. So they want to go in so that they won't blame Obiano alone. They want to go together. So these people don't advertise to anybody. Anybody see that claim that the tie road is to tie road is not his money. So don't tell anybody when you're on the stage, you promote him or doing work, if you do work, so be. He's waiting for court. Once court declare him winner of rightful owner of the winner of the place, he will bring the bad side of him. All these people are politicians. They are all in the same caucus. That is what I have there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Incidentally, I agree with you 100% in everything you said. There is something about Anambra. There is something about Anambra and the governor's lodge in Anambra that worries me. with the exception of Ngige, and as our brother said, the only reason why Ngige did not kill anybody is because he did not relax very well in office. Maybe if he was relaxed, he would look for somebody to kill. You are also right. I told Ngige, any other party, you would have walked it. Nobody will compete with you. You are in the wrong party. I made it very clear to him, but he wouldn't listen. So Mbadi Ninja killed somebody. P2B killed people. Now Obi are not the same killed people. The reason why we say it is because there will be vengeance. We will avenge the death of our people. For those of you who can read between the lines, we've already started, of course. Let me make it very clear to all of them. Willie Obiano will suffer and you will hear about it. We have one thing they do not have. They are afraid of death. We are not afraid of death. They said 13 snipers were coming from England to kill me on the 30th of May. I was in Aba to die in Aba. Then they will see how serious we are. You know, they don't know how serious we are yet. The same thing is going to happen. I will go back home after this tour. Of course, I'm going back home. That's where I'm based. And I'm no law. I stay at home. Some of you don't know this. You think I'm in London? You are dreaming. I came from home. Our officers who I meet with regularly at home, they know I stay at home. To that very Biafra, and I'm returning after this very trip. Biafra is not easy. Anybody coming and telling you, oh, we go to court, we present the case. A country where there is no law, a governor can kill people and get away with it. And we voted for, that is, I want to go mad. The people he killed voted for him. That is the one that wants to drive me insane. Those who are the people we told, go and vote for Obiano, no APC in Anambra. And he gave the order that they should be killed. I want to tell them, you get as he be. There is something evil about that. And we, of course, now will avenge. We'll avenge their death. That is obvious. You hear about it now. You hear about it. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and direct. The whole world is calling us and we expect them to. Let's see what they have to say. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Can they hear me? I don't know. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No. They can't hear me. I don't know what's going on. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Not at all. Not at all. You know that I've traveled a lot and our mixer has bounced around a lot. That is no longer picking up signals as it should. So what we are going to do is to keep managing until we finish this. Tomorrow we get another one because it's no longer picking up the calls that people are making. Let's try again. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. Who has something to say here, please? You go ahead and say it. Please give me a microphone. I don't know what is going on here. I have no idea what on earth is happening. We'll keep trying, of course. We'll keep trying. Please go ahead.
Great Biafras. The great Biafras. My name again is Ifechukwu. Director, you are welcome to Malaysia.
Thank you very much.
Director, I have a music for you. Biafra mutana wa marama. Biafra land mutana wa marama. O merani pe. Britain na chonde wero yiri ka hango. America na chonde were oil ka hango. Director na chumunya no wanine ka anyị na director metonye digi mma na Biafra. Director, you are highly welcome to Malaysia.
Thank you very much, and I'm glad to be here.
Director, we miss you so much. I'm happy to see you today. And I want to use this opportunity to tell our people all over the world. Last time I called, I said I'm coming from prison. And I show you one thing as we are here today. And so our people here, this is our struggle. I know you go wunjo ọma egwu ya chi akita ya chara mgbanya ka dị mma maka na egwu akụba n'anya achagara na ya amazi onye ọrụ onye ya na nwanne ya jere agha akpịrị ego ifeajụ na mere ewo mụ na nwanne njere agha were ego ta n'ụzọ re nwanne ya Maro chukwu azụwo ahụna tiwa wosa na mburubachege tiwo ahụna. Great Biafrans. Director, you are welcome again.
Thank you.
Director, I want to show you one thing. I need to move Malaysia and wake you up to one Fijenga for Malaysia. And then Jenga for Biafra. Makana Yambe Guada Rarigo. Makana this struggle on Imiane. Ndo na onwo dia. Onwo na ndo. And that one some of us ndeno here. Like for more be fetchukwu one on Malaysia government in Ghana we open noboda. I don't need this some guys in Wakobi. You have to one Fijenga for Biafran. Great Biafrans. Makananda outside is a go too much. And we know everywhere they are in Malaysia. My people, I want to assure one thing. As far as Malaysia is concerned, you have to begin a struggle for Biafra. If you come on your man to die for Biafra, or if you come on your man to go to jail for Biafra, I'm telling you, we have lawyers that bring you out within 2 years. But we make sure that the person is not alive anymore. Great Biafrans. Jambe Gwano Limiani, or the Garikwana. I Chanina no go news now what is going on in our land. Oboda muna you know Malaysia. Ndo obodo wepụta goro onye ọbụla kpụrụ onwe ya onye Nigeria ya n'obodo a. You don't need me as I come out. I know many people. Ndo obodo na boss our house. 10,000, 20,000 you pay, you come out. You don't pay, you go jail. After jail, you go back to Nigeria. I personal, I'm compiling list to sue Nigeria government court in this land. I personal, this is not for Biafra. If you go to Semeyi camp, if any person doubt me tomorrow morning or this night, I can call authority of prisoner in this Malaysia. We can go tomorrow. That's why some people, when you say yourself you're in Nigeria, when I see you, if it be like I let me kill you. If you go to Semeyi camp, you will see our people there. They're all Biafrans. Some there are 1 year, 2 years waiting for ticket. If you go to many prisons, we are all over the world, or in Malaysia. But to stay, our people don't want to understand. I want to send this message to our people. Here in Malaysia, I can promise Biafra even tomorrow I can go and bring one senator's son that study here. I want to show them that here in Malaysia, I speak Hausa very well. I know how to get them in Malaysia. And as far as Malaysian law is concerned, I know Malaysian law, and I know what you take me. Because I'm not afraid of anything in Malaysia. Free Biafrans. Why enjoy the Wifa? Some of us, not well. Both home, both here. Otana like a person, because so they go. Oh, we don't do that about our can. I got to go to our can over there, the tired. Obulos that you're for. Nobody name ready for Biafra. Once he went to be for struggle, me for Biafra. Highest Malaysia charging concern take out door. Or you take it 1 year, we fight the case. I have lawyer, we fight for you, we come out. Confirm. But we make sure that life, I don't see. Because no munem. Egwa no nimiani adagarigo. Oh, okay, that to Puneni, the many people all over the world. They jenga for Biafra. But I'm about Monday Malaysia, open and they web through. Makama no way to jenga. When I'm be fit one on the jenga. Makana Bible na Google si no abana na chondo. Oya tufundia. Mono abana na cho or how. Makana boya si awon now. Great Biafrans. To be coni direct was pushing it when I see director. No hidden in Malaysia. Anytime open and non chetage, open a simike. Nara roda chetage, open a simike. Makana mata no ye jigi, jife. When Ndenine no boda abundabai, even no game bakwani me kwacha ha wo kukwe no beroge na agaputa. Oh, many muna and then not a hanging block. They always crying every time.
In this place?
In this Malaysia. I can take you there tomorrow. There are many of them. Many of them. They are hanging block waiting for kill or for king pardon in this land. Many of them. Both Anambra, Imo State, many of them. Biafrans, they are Biafrans. Only for now, son of there. Only for Yoruba on there. So Munne Pikon. Oya amasim ka ewepụta obi anyị. Onye ọbụla na-achọ ndụ ọ na-atụfịa. Mana iwepụta obi gị nwụọ for ya land udo maka na ya wee Yeshua bịakwa nwụọ ọnwụ maka ihe anyị ka dị ndụ. Ka ezie mee na gị wa ya nwụkwa ka ndị ọzọ dị ndụ. Biko na ụmụnne m. Ọ na-eme a na-agụ n'ụzọ ihe na-eme na be ya ọ na-agba m anya mmiri. A na-agụ ihe na-eme na be anya ọ na-agba m anya mmiri. Kedu ka anyị esi bụcha ndị nwere nna na-eri nri ezi? Kedu ka anyị esi chabụ ụmụ eze na-ata afụ? Kedu ka ndị Hausa esi wee na-acha? Ndị Hausa niile n'obodo a onwe chọrọ ịda atụmya na-ekwutu mori abịa ka mkpochi ya some many places ka ọfụ cars ndị ụmụ ndị Hausa n'anya n'obodo a. Confirm. Ịchọ ụmụ ebe mma gboje n'obodo a Getting Island ka m gosi gị ihe ụmụ ndị Hausa ji ego mụ na gị na-abụ na-eme n'obodo a. Bọtụ n'ebe anyị nọ achọwa 1 naira, achọ 2 naira. Ọfọs a na-ararụrụ abalị. Dobiko nika ewepụta obi. Director, Chineke na-edu gị. A sị na ọ na-eme n'iru ị ga-anọ n'azụ. Ọ na-eme n'azụ ị ga-anọ n'iru. Osi ọbụla fụrụ gị ma nkwụ ya maju ụgwọ ọnụ. Ajọ mmadụ agha afọ gị. Ndị nọ n'ụlọ, ndị okenye arụrụ ana niile anyị nwụrụ, their days are number. Director to do the Great Biafrans.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and direct, and Chukwu Okike Abiyama is in heaven, and only him can preside over the affairs of man on this very earth. We will keep trying to take some calls if we can. I presume that I have a caller on the line. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Director. Good evening, Director.
Can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No.
Hello,
The caller on the phone, can you hear me? I have no idea what is going on, but for some reason, all of these doesn't appear to be working. It doesn't appear to be working. Is it the volume or what? I don't know what is wrong with it. All this smartphone, I don't think China beacon. I don't know what is going on. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and direct. If you call us, we will be able to take your call. If we can feed the audio through our system, remains another issue altogether. The number to call, I repeat, is +601121131739. Is it better now? Any joy? Is it okay now? Is it okay? Let us try and see if it is going to work. If it works, then we thank you. Okay, Abiyama. Let's see. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Amazing stuff. Can you hear me? No.
Yes, sir.
I don't think this is working at all. Take it out once again, and I will put it in this phone, and I will see if it's going to work. Bring out the SIM card, please, and so we can change it here. This is Radio Biafra, please. Does anybody else have something to say here, or many people still have something to say? Give them the microphone for them to continue saying what they need to say. Very, very critical, please. Very, very important. Who has something to say? Give the microphone, please. Go ahead.
Great Biafrans. Great Biafrans. Once again, my name is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His Excellency, welcome back to Malaysia. And the last time you came here last year, I traveled back to Biafra land.
Yes.
So I couldn't make it while I was rushing to return to Malaysia. So you've left. I started listening to Radio Biafra last year. My friend that stays in South Africa told me about Radio Biafra. So since then I started listening until one day His Excellency said that you can be a Biafran, but you need to join a family meeting. So I've been donating to this struggle privately, but I don't donate in the zonal this thing. So when I went to Damansara Damai, I think one early morning someone called. I think Sunday morning, someone called Radio Biafra and gave out phone number. So I started to call the number, and Onyebuchi, our coordinator, took the call. So I spoke with him. I joined the zonal meeting here. So what I'm trying to say is this: we all came here maybe for one need or the other. Just like His Excellency used to say that we came to Malaysia, or we traveled to Hong Kong, we traveled to US, we traveled to Europe, we traveled to all over the world. No. As young as I was then, I came to Malaysia 2010. I came to Malaysia. I didn't know anything. I came here, I don't know anybody. I came to Malaysia, I don't even know anybody. I came to Malaysia, I arrived in Malaysia, I don't know anybody. I left home. So this is the same thing he's reading from the book of Deuteronomy, that we will scatter everywhere. See, we are everywhere. We are all over the world, not even among nations, but among people. When you count, okay, see, my daughter, in Malaysia, he's in Malaysia. See the name, Nkechi Nyere, Obioma Esther Okiyi. See, this is a Malaysian, my daughter, who is supposed to be a Biafran, but she is a Malaysian. I am married to a Malaysian because we are running away from home. I studied at Segi University College.
They said, do you know what the Bible said? I will give your sons and your daughters to foreigners.
It is happening. This is my daughter. This is the passport, Malaysian. She is a Malaysian. We are all scattered everywhere, all over the world. We are scattered all over the world. We don't even, when I finished, when I graduated from Segi College, I was scared to go back home. We need to beg school to give us 6 months, extra 6 months visa. Extra 6 months. Some are begging for 8 months. Just 8 months to stay in Malaysia because we are scared to go back to our place. I graduated alongside with some Hausa boys. Upon their, in fact, once they defend their projects, they are going back and return for graduation. They will go back first, then they will return for graduation. But you don't have money to go back and return again for graduation, so you have to stay in Malaysia, begging school for 6 months visa. You will be begging school for 6 months, 6 months visa. We are scattered all over the world. All over the world, not even among nations. But among people, he was saying this. He said, among people. And one thing, when I started listening to Radio Biafra, when I heard his voice, His Excellency, he refers to the late Dimegu Ojukwu as His Excellency. I gave him that title, His Excellency. I have not met Ojukwu. I was when I started listening to his voice, the voice that came to my mind was his voice was sounding more like Ojukwu, because I've listened to a lot of speeches that Ojukwu, the late Dim Ojukwu made. So I thought this is Ojukwu. So until I started seeing images of him appearing on the internet, I said, So when you hear his voice, if you are a true and genuine Biafra, if you hear his voice without him explaining anything or answering questions, if you hear him, when you hear him, you will know that this one is true. I was in the zoo. When we were in zoo, they were doing masop. I never joined masop. The reason was because my neighbor, our neighbor, one creepy boy named Chibike, he joined masop. And because I don't like that boy, for the fact that the boy joined masop, I condemned masop. Just like that. Just like that. For the fact that the boy joined masop, I don't know masop. I don't even know Wazirike. I don't even know. He joined masop. Then I said, this one must not be a good organization for that boy to join it. Yeah, so we are.
They say birds of the same feather flock together.
Flocks together. It's as simple as ABCD. We can see it. We see that someone was just my dear brother was speaking here, saying that our brothers they are waiting for execution in Malaysia. In Malaysia, I remember when I finished secondary school in 2005. I remember very well. Malaysians were in Enugu, begging us to come and study, begging us to come to Malaysia and study. No visa. This Malaysia, all of a sudden everything changed. We started fleeing our place. See, we are all over everywhere. The other day I was in a restaurant talking with some people. So you will see some Biafrans. They will be talking like Hausa people. They will be talking like a Biafran opened his mouth and said that his hero is Awolowo. I am telling you, a Biafran. He said that his hero is Awolowo. The murderous Awolowo.
Do you know if his father is from Yoruba land? The father could be Yoruba. You don't know. Amanda,
the murderous Awolowo, he said, is his hero. I looked at him, I just stood up and walked away. Because this type of person, he cannot listen to argument. He cannot debate. Just like someone was yelling at His Excellency in Hong Kong. I was listening. I said, what type of human being is this? Say he's from Benin. He's from Benin. Just for this His Excellency to ask him 1 or 2 questions, he started shouting. He cannot answer basic questions. I used to listen to His Excellency. He answers all questions. There was something that a man stood up and said during his speech at a World Igbo Congress. You know what the man said? The man said that he has seen that this man can answer every question we have here. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? The man said that we don't need to waste more time here because he can answer every question that we have here. So who is it that will answer every question that everybody have here? You need to be right. You need to be right. I asked somebody was saying, he's a pastor from Calabar in Malaysia. I asked that. He said, I've heard about Nnamdi Kanu. I have heard, I think something is wrong with him. And I say, okay, can you figure out, just point out one thing he said that is untrue. I mean, fact that has been fact checked and say that this thing is proven to be false. To name one thing, he started scratching. He don't know. He doesn't even listen. He doesn't even pay attention. How can he know? He does not know. So what I am saying is, there was a boy, in fact a man, he said that any day I hear from Ndiaba in Iguano. If any day I meet with His Excellency face to face, that he will become an IPOB member. He said so. I came here with my wife. I said, I must meet him. I wanted to travel back home. I said, no, I will not travel. Even I didn't know, it was my wife who told me that His Excellency has arrived in Colombo. My wife told me. I said, I started calling Onyebuchi. I called him. I said, yeah. He changed his schedule. I said, I didn't know. I did not know. It was my wife who told me. That he just saw my wife liked him on Facebook or something. He just saw an update